Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Emmanuel Agbogun dey talk about the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki case wey dey for court and how to move Edo State forward. So make I leave you with Emmanuel. Enjoy the video.
Yes. Good morning, my conscious Edo people. I remain no other person than yours noble right activist, comrade Agbogun Emmanuel. And if you are live on the social media space, networking, and enjoying yourself, I just want you to help us with sharing this broadcast, because we, for some time wanted to respond to certain issues that calls for urgent response, but due to the festive engagement and lockdown, we could not respond accordingly. So if you are just joining us live, please ensure you share this broadcast. Ensure you share and invite this broadcast. I'm going to be telling you a whole lot of issues here this morning. Please share and invite to this broadcast. Excuse me a minute. Yes. Please, I want you to share and invite. Share and invite if you're watching with us and you're live with us. Please share and invite. And if you're the one trying to call us up on WhatsApp, please, I believe you're also aware that I'm on live streaming now. Please pause that phone call till we conclude our discussions this morning. We're not just discussing because we need to talk. We're discussing because, firstly, this is a new year, and everybody knows that a new year brings about new dawns, new engagements, new activities, new strategies, and new plans in life. Talks about our way of life and the way we need to improve better on it. So if you are just joining us, live, if you are just joining us live, please. Remain here to invite us. Who's beating that boy, please? I'm on a live streaming. Someone's checking. If you're just here with us, please ensure you share this broadcast. We're 66, and I will not be giving you this information if you are not making us, the viewers with me today, if you're not making us hit 100 before we start the discussion. I wouldn't want to spend much time here, so just invite, take the pains, go to your social media share button and press share. Just click share on the broadcast and it's going to go viral. If you guys are currently 67 and you're sharing and inviting, of course by now our media viewing strength should be more. Do not forget, I remain no other person than comrade Agbogun Emmanuel, and in my capacity, we've been doing everything humanly possible to ensure that we make our state, Edo State, a better place. A few things have been going on, very many things have been going on in Edo State, whereby people derive pleasure in taking the opportunity of the high level of backwardness that we are currently experiencing and made to experience in Edo State, to create wealth for themselves, to enrich their cause, to use it as a negotiation bargain with those in seat of government, so that they would continue, to live a better life for themselves to the detriment of all. I've been given such an opportunity, but because I have the interest of the masses at heart, because I believe there's conscience in what we do, I decided to jettison it. So many of these issues have been on the public domain. You were very much aware when I was attacked for going to showcase a project that would serve as an obstruction to free flow of traffic, a project that will serve as a death trap to people patronizing the airspace coming in and out of Edo State. Please, you can see a guy called Stanley Osede say, please guys, don't share this, and you are in my war and you're telling people not to share because they know that I'm about to hit the truth. I didn't want to just make the Edo media space this cumbersome during the New Year period, but now we're back to work, and I must tell you with all sense of sincerity that we have a whole lot of people working against the well-being of Edo State, particularly those people who are using the social media space, to misinform Edo people, to send the wrong message out there to Edo people, because they believe that the social media has become a hub to galvanize, those across the globe. Now what they are doing is that they have all run on into social media. They want to be seen as the voice of the people. They want to be seen as those who believe that they are fighting for the interests of Edo people. And this set of people, you don't see them giving arms to the needy, even when they have in surplus. This set of people, you don't see them coming out to condemn what is bad in the society. It is only what they believe is of interest to them, because they are romancing with the thick and thins, with those in the executive branch of government in the state, and they believe that it is a better way of livelihood, to make money out of the fortune of misrule, the fortune of underdevelopment, the fortune of deceit that we have been made to live with for the past 5 years in Edo State, and even more. So my Edo people, because some of us have staken our minds, have staken our lives to ensure that we'll continue to fight for the well-being of our people. Whether you hate my face, whether you hate my beers, whether you call me stinking, whether you call me dirty, whether you call me hungry, I do not care. But I believe in as much as God gives me life, and I have a voice, within the media space, I will continue to use that which I have, to always express the views that are anti-people, that are anti-governance, and will not lead us to anywhere. My Edo people, my conscious Edo people, my ever progressive, ever dogged, ever informative Edo people, particularly those of you who are in the diaspora. I want to start from this, because some persons who I see of brotherly status, who I see of a broad heart to see how Edo State can be a better place, they approached me and told me to let go of this matter. But when I saw the consistency in what these people were doing, I said no. And a whole lot of people calling me to say, Emmanuel, you are the only one that can come out to say things, and people would listen to you, and people would know that what you are saying is what is right, because you always stand for what is right. I have always said it times without number, that my support and my romance with the APC in Edo State does not mean I will not tell the truth to power. If you follow me very well, where I see that Mr. President goes wrong, I will also say it. Where I see that Oshomole goes wrong, I've also been saying it. Where I see that Pastor Sageziamu will go wrong, I will also say it. And I've also said it times without number, that despite the fact that I have so much respect and regard and love for the person of Pastor Sageziamu, I will also not be a part and parcel to the fact that if he emerges as governor of Edo State, in the future, some of us will not also say, because we are part and parcel of his media team, will not speak truth to power. No, that is not my character, that is not my person, and I will not do that because I feel I'm within the corridors of power. No, rather I will stand firm for what I know, because I believe very well that a society that is constantly criticized or constantly engaged by constructive criticism is that society that will do better. I am very happy today that, in fact, a very large number of diasporans in Edo State today are Togberians. In Edo here, we have the EPM camp and we have the Togberians camp. And for those of you who are on social media, you have been following the antecedents very well. So I believe assimilating this information I'm about to give out here to you will not be a thing of a problem at all. Now, we live in a state where somebody will sit in UK in the comfort of his bedroom, where there's light, there's good water, there's road, there's everything that makes life peaceful and easygoing for them. They will sit down there and begin to castigate lies into the minds of Edo people. I'm speaking to another person than this Comrade Lanti, this man that does the comrade show, where our governor runs to every time to speak to people in the diaspora as if the people in Nigeria here, he cannot engage them in town hall meetings. Now, all of you know on this social media, I have always been saying that let the governor give us street light. Let the governor give us street light. Let the governor give us street light in Edo State, because before he came in as governor, even if we were not enjoying the light in all around the major roads in the city, but at least we had on the major roads that, you know, transfer or that traffics people from their hinterlands to the major city. Now, what has happened since the past 3 years in Edo State, that street lights is now a thing of extinction in Edo State, as far as we are concerned. And when we were having these street lights, we never had any 55 megawatt of power. When we were having these street lights, we never had, you know, Osimo power. We never had those beautiful PPE, private IPP, independent power projects in our state. But what has happened since we now got this under Obaseki? First of all, they said they were building refinery. Everybody have now known that the refinery is not an Edo State government asset. It belongs to the federal government of Nigeria. That is on one side. Secondly, the issue of Osimo that they say is an IPP, independent power plant, is yet to serve Edo people. They have since launched this plant since the past 2 months in Edo State. In fact, they've been celebrating the fact 3 months now that the power plant is up and running. They have test run it. It's lighting the stadium. If you go to the stadium in the night, even the street lights around the stadium and its environment is on total blackout. If you go to the Palm House where they say they are not using plants, generator is still running there till tomorrow. Till tomorrow as I speak, they are still running generator on diesel. So the question to ask is, what is happening to the Osimo power? What is happening to the Osimo power that they talk about? Now, one painful thing is that in all what some of us will come to social media to analyze, to say and present to Edo people, what this comrade did is to see how he can go and import solar panel. This is somebody that the governor, the executive governor of Edo State, talks on his media channel. Is to go and import solar panel, solar street lights, and encourage people to be buying it. When we spend billions of naira to do Osimo, a 55 megawatt power plant that the governor says is up and running, that will create a better life. And he was talking about the issue of distribution. What do you need a distribution company before you can put street lights on the road when you have 55 megawatts of power? Do you need a distribution company before you can ensure that those roads that the governor constructed are not having street lights, like TV Road and which other road again? And okay, the one at Lucky Way, NDDC. Kudos to Senator Matthew Roide. NDDC came to do that job, you know, for Edo people at this part of Ipoba Hill. Now drive around the 4 local governments in Edo South that houses the capital city. Hold on a minute. That has that capacity of you know, housing the city center, the seat of power. Ego, Ipoba, Oredo, Ovia, and Nwode. There's 5. In fact, Nwode is not entering from this part of Ipoba here and Aduawa axis. You now have Nwode. Go and check these 5 local government and ask, is there any visible work, you know, as to encourage nightlife in Edo State? We all know that for any economy to strive, you must ensure that you create an enabling environment for socio-economic activity to strive around, you know, the 24 hours of every economic day. Now, what has happened? This comrade Lanti, he gathered people, some of his rich friends in Diaspora that are also benefiting from this woodwinking, this deceit. He gathered them to go and buy solar lights in some streets in somewhere around St. Saviour. They bought solar lights, they put it on their streets. But he has failed to tell the governor that you have to use the 55 megawatt of power to light up those streets. If you go to the smallest city before you get to Benin City from the eastern part of Nigeria, which is Agbo, there is street lights on the major road you have in Agbo. There are street lights. If you are coming from Ogara, which is also one of the major cities before you get into Edo State, just driving there yourself at night, Ogara is like a local government like Agenebode, sorry, Akuku Edo, like a local government like Igwebe. If you drive in there at night, Ogara, here close to us, you will weep for our capital city called Edo. Now, that is on one side. These men don't say that. Now, the worst part that they have done now, that since the governor know that there was some level of mistrust and deceit that came out from hiring the likes of the crack team social media bloggers. Now he has now shifted the grounds to the issue of what do you call it, comrade show. Now 2 days ago, my attention was drawn. That Comrade Show came out on a live broadcast to say that Godwin Obaseki has won the case. Godwin Obaseki has won the case, before the panel, before the public, for the Federal High Court in Abuja. That Governor Godwin Obaseki has won the case, and how do I put it now? And the APC has no case against him, forgetting the fact that there is a case against the deputy governor. The APC had no case against him, but they were also encouraging the governor to go to Supreme Court to make sure that the matter is not heard. They was also encouraging the governor to go to appeal court, the matter is not heard. On Friday here, on Thursday when the court sat, for a few minutes, the judge came out to say, I am not feeling too fine. Everybody in this court knows that I've been overstretched. Despite the fact that the rest of my colleagues have gone for holiday, I am having this symptom of malaria and I cannot sit. So therefore, let us pick a date for on the 4th. I believe before now to the 4th, my doctors and myself would have gotten enough medication. And from that basis, I will be up and doing to come out, to speak. Now, they are saying that APC is saying that the governor does not have certificate. No. What the APC is saying that this man, for one particular degree that he got from UI, he has tendered 2 different certificates. One in 2016 and another one in 2020. How come? The governor says is the issue of the printer error. The printer that did not fail to make the error in 2016 now failed to make it in 2016, or the printer that failed to make it in 2016 did not fail to make it in 2020. Which printer? Thank God that most of you are watching me here in on this social media platform today. I want you all to ask and tell me which of the printers, photocopier machine that you have seen abroad, that you will put in a document to photocopy and will remove some segment of the document and replace it with an empty page. Have you ever seen such a photocopier machine? If you have seen, please oblige us of such a machine. We also want to test run it to see if it matches the same one that Godwin Obaseki, our governor used in printing out his results. Now, in all of this, there is this deceit that people are far-fetched from. I have not seen a Togberian who came back from Europe or from any part of the world and come to say, yes, for supporting Obaseki, we are going to stand by this project to take picture. The governor is working. All of them, since they came back to Benin for this holiday, they have not been showing us or telling us those projects that the governor is doing that is, mitigating, the living standard of our people to a better one. These are the issues where they continuously allow fraud, deceit, lies, backbiting to be the order of the day. I stand tall to say that, are you also aware that this Comrade Lanti that is saying that Obaseki has won the case, the governor has won the case, Obaseki to 2024, have you asked him to tell details of what the case in court is? The issue of forgery, the issue of perjury. Was it the APC that forced Obaseki to go and lie in the Federal High Court of the year he gained admission and the year he graduated from school and the year he did his NYC? Was it Obaseki or the APC that told him to say that he did not attend NCE or HSC before he gained admission, and he did not put that in his affidavit, lying under oath as somebody who has sworn to protect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a grave offence in our society, and we all know that. But because the matter is a subject of the judiciary and of courts, I will not want to go into detailed ingredients because the matter is in the court. But this one, however, that is also in the public domain, I will not allow people to begin to misinform their dose. You see some of them when they come to their war, they say the matter is a case that is dead on arrival. The matter was dead on arrival. Obaseki went to appeal court. He refused to allow the case to sit. The matter was dead on arrival. Obaseki went to Supreme Court. He refused to allow the case to sit. Not until when the judge said he has a ruling from the appeal court, not until when the Supreme Court gives a counter ruling to that effect, he will also move on with the case. Now they have been going into defense. If they know that Obaseki had the result that they were showing us was not forged as the claims of the APC were, what stopped them from going to court to present what they had as defense and allow the court to give its ruling, knowing fully well that they have seek for equity with clean hands? So my people, it is not only the governor that there is a case against. The deputy governor himself also have a case to answer in court. They have also run to the appeal court to say that the court should not hear the matter when they know that the matter is statute bar. The appeal court has already, in their wisdom, reversed the matter back, that the matter must be heard. All of these matters are ongoing. And I tell you, we have just, this is the 2nd of January 2021. We are going to be in court on the 4th. Some of us, in our capacity, will be in Abuja, we will be in court on the 4th, so that we get first-hand information, first-hand rulings on what is going on in the court. Because I cannot see a reason why somebody who know that the court did not sit, because you know that most of our people, abroad, most of them are not too knowledgeable about how the courts operate in Nigeria here. You will just come out on your live stream to say that Obaseki has tendered his result. The case, the matter is over. APC does not have a case against Obaseki. The matter is dead already. Obaseki has won the matter. Where on earth do you see such a decision was reached? Where on earth have you seen that such a decision was reached? Do not forget, these are the same people that also, when they took Oshomole to court against the fact that he has been suspended, Oshomole did not run, not until when they have gotten a ruling in the High Court in Abuja, in Jabide. Oshomole did not run to what is it called, appeal court, not until when there was a ruling, nullifying his upholding his suspension as the national chairman, before he went to the appeal court, because his hands were clean. Till date, not until when they removed those persons who were seen as agents in the APC. Oshomole had never come out to say, oh, because you gave this person, no, we will not agree. Oh, he only goes to court to appeal at a needed time. That is on one side. Now, let me focus more on the issue of street light before I end this segment and move into the issue of C of O here. Now, we have been made to understand that we have procured 55 megawatts of power with Edo State taxpayers' money. We have been made to understand that we have bought that volume of power, with our taxpayers' money. Ask me, is it the taxpayers in stadium that really enjoy this light? Is it the civil servants that are being paid from taxpayers' money that will only be using the lights in their offices? What is happening to the roads? What is happening to that? In the night, our cities look like graveyard, giving room for these cultists who we have seen in time past that some of them are supporters of the government. They will threaten from America when their friends are the bloggers of social media that if the government does not pay them money, our state will remain ungovernable. Let me tell you today, in case of people who don't know, we celebrate more. In fact, we have more death cases here in Edo State than even in Borno, where there's Boko Haram killing. There's no week that passes by that you don't have 8 to 10 young people killing themselves in the name of cultism. And most of these killings do not take time in broad daylight. Most of these killings are mostly done at night and late evenings. So my conscious Edo people, when I say conscious, people that are non-biased, you will agree with me that despite the fact that I'm supporting the APC, I also come out to say when the APC is strong, I say they are wrong. I'm not a person who is beclouded by sentiment. No, I don't do that. But I will not stand on the ground and observe that because people believe that they have a broader channel. Tell me, our governor will spend time on social media informing the diaspora. How many times have he called those key stakeholders in the states to meet? Not until when the prisons was demolished and the state was in a state of anarchy, before they called for the first civil society meeting that the interaction that the governor had with civil society practitioners in the state for the first 5 years in office. Tell me, how can that state move forward? How can that state move forward? How can that state move forward? Now, what they do is that they run to social media. I am asking those of you that are Togberians, is it that the Togberian people supported is for us to have 55 megawatts of power and do not know how to use that power to enhance our living standard in the state? For the fact that I am an opposition does not mean that the benefits of government should run far from me. This is democracy. Government belongs to we the people. And as far as we are part of the people, we have every right to engage constructively with government. Today, I'm so happy that so many illegalities that are ongoing in those states is no longer blind to is no longer hidden from the masses. We are not talking about the issue of palliatives. Palliatives were hidden in uncompleted building. Nobody went there to investigate. Nobody has spoken about it. Nobody have even asked how come the palliative went there. Food that were meant for the ordinary poor people in Edo State, those plebeians, those ordinary poor citizens of the state. How many people ask questions? The community show ask, how did they put food there? The crack team, did they ask, how did they put food there? Food that were meant for the poor people, Indomie, that they know will expire at a given time. Small 2 molul of rice. The truth be said, is that how a government operates? A government that chooses which matter and which to entertain and the one not to entertain. Now, before we move forward, I want to at this junction appeal to Governor Godwin Obaseki. It is so sad that I do not think whether the governor knows the importance of street lights. In fact, even in his December 1st speech, I did not see a government that is dedicated to meeting the aims and aspirations of Edo people. You are talking about street lights and talking about rewiring. The street lights from Ring Road to Kada Cinema, that where the corridors of Benejos investment at the roundabout there, that's where the street light terminates, and everybody knows that these are the friends of the governor. These are his political associates. Now, on the other part of Edo State, talking from Ababa down to Abok Park, down to Depot, you don't have one single street light the moment you exceed the gate of CBN, where they house our resources in the state. You don't have any single street light working. Not to talk about New Benin and environs. Not to talk about Sapomba Road. Not to talk about Siloko Road, Plymouth Road. Name it. We do not have single street light. Now, what has Comrade Show got to do? He did not inform the Edo State government that in as much as we cannot use the ocean power to light up our streets, why don't we invest in solar lights? Bring the company as somebody who the governor listens to, and tell the governor to have these things on major roads, since they cannot even put them on our streets. They should deploy those solar lights on major roads. It's so shameful that you are coming into Edo State. I feel so ashamed to tell somebody to drive into Edo State at night. 2 nights ago, I was going to club. Some of my friends that came in from Port Harcourt, and they wanted to have a feel of nightlife in Port Harcourt, in Benin here. Coming from where they are coming from, nightlife is very obvious that it is at its peak there. They came in. We were driving at about 12 a.m. in the morning to the club, only for me to see them that the whole city was in total blackout. They say even road, that boy, your street where you live get solar light. Why you not see me they put them for the express? Why not come put them for street? And that's a very shameful something now. When a governor they say a technocrat, see a street be. I have been saying these things for time immemorial. We would have had 80% reduction in crime, particularly car snatching, burgling and the rest, if we had solar lights on our major roads. Because these thieves, when they come from other areas to steal, they will also apply that same road that is dark at night to go back to where they are coming from. How do you pursue them? Even the policemen they are saying to go and stand on the road to do a stop and search in the night, can they go to where there is no light and stand? Can they go to where there is no light and stand? So my conscious Edo people, what we are talking about is the well-being of we in this state. I don't have any other state that I come from. I don't have any other state in Nigeria here. If it's this our state that these leaders don't want to put in order, some of you will understand my person very well if Pastor Isayamu emerges. At that time I will double my criticism, because we have to hit the ground running. We have to ensure that we change the narrative. Go to Enugu. Enugu was one time a regional seat of government where Eastern Nigeria had their seat of power. At the time when we were still operating a regional system of government, before we came into a united system of government. Go to Enugu today. Streets where people live in have lights to their street. They don't have 55 megawatts of power. If you go to Asaba, the same thing. Asaba was never a regional head, so I cannot compare them to Edo State. If you go to Ebonyi was never a regional head. Go and see what the governor Umani did under 4 years. He is currently enjoying his 50 in office. Under 4 years, we have a governor that is currently entering his 50 in office. He should show us one road that we can beat our chest to say is constructed that is of modern day standard. None. Agreed. The governor is doing roads, inter-street roads, but those are roads that, even a local government can do if they are sincere to themselves. A local government can do most of the roads that the governor is currently saying is doing. Although those works are not ongoing now, because if you drive around those states, as of today, you will not see anywhere caterpillars are working as it ought to be. Go to Delta State, the reverse is the case. Go to Ebonyi State, the reverse is the case. Go to Abia State, the reverse is the case. Go to Bayelsa, the reverse is the case. What is happening in our own? What is happening in our own? We enjoy 13% derivation. Our governor has been borrowing. We still have IGRO. At least our IGRO strength in Edo State since the time of Adams Oshomole have always been very promising. What has happened to all these resources? What is happening to all these resources? So, my conscious Edo people, I'm not in any way against the governor. But what I'm against is that the fact that you cannot be presiding over us as a leader, and we cannot see the dividends. We cannot see the dividends to our living standard in the state. I bet you schools will soon resume. I pray that God will not allow COVID to ravage us the way it did last year. That is my sincere prayer in this 2021. But I will be very glad to compare those of you who are listening to Comrade Show to compelling to say that let us begin to visit opposition and incumbent. Let us begin to visit the Edo best schools that they say they've created. Let us see the learning standard that our people that are saying that are improving the educational status of Edo State. Pure lie. For the fact that you introduce ITC into the educational process in the state, I give you kudos for that. But what I will not accept is that you are that the standard of learning has improved. No. For the fact you send WhatsApp messages to teachers does not mean that is what we want, to better our educational system in Edo State. So, my conscious Edo people, I haven't elaborated all these facts. Please make yourself available to also ask questions. I believe the Comrade Show also, give room for calling in his platform. He should also ask him these questions. Why is he introducing street lights to the state that is not, getting the government into going into partnership? What does it cost the governor to sacrifice 300 million of his security votes in a year to put solar lights on all these major roads? After all, we already have the poles existing. What we need to do is to change the hangers that carry the lights to ensure that it fits into this modern one, remove the old one there, since we cannot use electricity to power our street lights. How come the governor does not want to do these things that we have been begging for? I have started begging for street light for the past 2 years. 2 years. 2 years, and nothing of these prospects have been achieved. So my conscious Edo people, as all of you know, me, I am somebody who is out to serve the people of Edo State, not as a public office holder, but as somebody who have information, within the corridors of power. As you all know, they say government is a platform to create an enabling environment for socioeconomic activities to strive. We give kudos to Obaseki that he has introduced C of O to ensure that people have value for their property, because those are one of the constraints that affects young entrepreneurs when they are being made to go and get C of O that is at the exorbitant cost, and they cannot access it because of the high cost of attaining it. But now that the C of O has dropped, there are still some certain elements that do not want we, the opposition or critics of the government, to benefit from that process. I was privy to be on a platform, or to have somebody who is on a platform of Togerians and who showed me their media chat and even screenshot some of them and sent to me. How on earth will people that say they want government to better the life of Edo people, and Obaseki is working, how on earth will they be doing everything humanly possible to ensure that people don't contact me for C of O job because I am saying the truth? People don't contact me for CFO job. I've been doing CFO, yes. But the truth be said, why would people in their right senses wake up in the morning and begin to say that this young man, because the young man is not supporting us? 70% of the people that are Togberians today are once people that were my followers. But because I refuse to support the policy of Governor Godinoge Gasa Obaseki, some of us crossed paths. Very recently, I was sitting with my brother Osaze Osewi, and he said it, that my brother, I am not supporting or following you because you are not supporting Obaseki, but that does not mean that now that we are on ground here, we will not also relate. The man was going, he gave me what I least expected to come from him. So my conscious Edo people, particularly those of you who are Togberians, essentially when I say make all of us the clap and the follow Obaseki, whether he peace will clap and follow, whether he shit will clap and follow, whether he talk lie will clap and follow. Now that kind of society when I say when I want. Some of us, if we decide to do that, I don't think the entire social media presenters that are currently doing that for the government will do it better than I do. I don't think so. I don't think they will do it better than I do. Now still me go talk, now me they mobilize talk go beat. Now still me go protest, now still me they go carry police come dey intimidate. Now only me be this. Now only me be this. Some of us, because we have chosen to show that not until when the government is doing the right thing, we will not be a fan of their government. In fact, if I tell you the underground, attacks, because they know that when they come to the media to fight me, it will whip up public sentiment. So what they are doing now is to use the underground process, the underground, measures to attack me. Please, I want to beg those of you who are doing that. God say, give a helping hand. God also say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. There's never a day, even on my WhatsApp group, even on my social media chat room, there's never a Facebook chat room, there's never a day I have come out to say, please, this my brother, don't patronize him. This one, don't patronize him. Go to my wall. Look at somebody who does not feed me, who I do not beg for alms to feed, will come to my wall now. First of all, you are not my fan. My live video, you should not even be watching it. Now you will come to my wall, you will say you look like a hungry vulture. If I am hungry, agree that I'm hungry, and I'm trying to look for a legitimate means to engage myself to get money, should that not be a crime? So my people, my conscious Edo people, let us learn to live amongst ourselves in peace and love. If I tell you the gang up against me in this 2021, if I tell you what the opposition are ganging up against me in this 2021, most of you will resist to support this government. Some of you are having soft spot for them. But just as I've said, I will continue to remain firm, remain resolute, to ensure that things that are happening in our state that some of us do not like, we're going to say it. Imagine the whole of New Benin and environs, no single street light. The whole of Mission Road, no single street light. The whole of Saboma Road, no single street light. The whole of Ababa, no single street light. This is where the governor generates more IGRO on monthly basis from traders in the states. No single street light. Airport Road, the ones that are there, they refuse to turn them on. Nothing is wrong with them, but they bluntly refuse to turn them on. So these are the issues. So I want to appeal to most of you, particularly my fans and those of us on the POI political camp. Please, if you must do your CFO, please contact us. And to my co-presenters that are also supporting Pastor Sage Ziamu that are not in the country, please, I'm also using this platform to beg you. Also promote me on your walls, on your page, so that people also contact me, so that we can use this as a source of livelihood for ourselves. Because truth no say they no talk am. People wey dey fight you wey come be say all of us dey the same class now, we come go dey give them support, make dem fit dey get more energy and more resources to dey fight. How dey see more take dey live? How do they see the more take dey live? And one person, if I want to do something, I don't care who's heads or hands or guts is involved in it. In as much as I've settled down, I've weighed the negative, I've weighed the positive, I've weighed the advantages, I've also weighed the disadvantages. I don't hesitate in ensuring that I go all out to tell the truth and stand for what I believe in the way it is. So please, if you are part of those people that are saying hungry will kill me, please, my own political associates and social media followers and fans and supporters, I know you guys have not run far from me. In fact, the love people showed me this December alone made me to understand that there's a better life ahead. So my people, let me say something. If you are of our own political divide, please, firstly, engage me to make sure that I do your job, so that you cannot go and give it to somebody else that you also be encouraging to be fighting and misleading us in this state. Do not forget, they say I don't say anything good about the government, but if you have listened to this broadcast, and very many of my broadcasts, I always use the word, I give him kudos for that. But that does not mean that which we are giving him kudos for have overseen the bad side of this government. Imagine, councillors who were not supporting the governor, they have refused to pay them. Whereas some local government chairmen are building properties in the look and cranny of Edo State, as if they had a legitimate source of income before they became local government chairmen and chairladies and chairpersons. So, having said all of this, I want to wish each and every one of you, whether you are Togberians, whether you are of the POI and APM political camp, whether you are of the Edo Must Move Forward movement, all what we are asking is that let love lead. Let love lead. So if you are with me and you also know that you want the betterment of Edo State, please stand for the truth. And whenever you see me looking as if I want to support the side that is bad, please do not hesitate to draw my attention. There are some people I always give anchologies to, but because they have said no, they don't want their names to be mentioned. They always come in to say, Emmanuel, no, why don't you do this thing why don't you do it like this? I give some of them kudos. Very many of them kudos. So please, and please, disregard information from Comrade show that the matter in court has already been won by the governor and his political associate, the PDP. The matter is very wrong. Then secondly, also disregard the fact that they are saying that Emmanuel Agbogun, no, that they should not patronize it. No. In as much as we are citizens of this state and of this country, we also have right to engage in any socio-economic ventures that are crime-free, that are not fraudulent. So that is why we are also using the channel of C of O. If you can't hit very many, we are not very many of us who are doing this C of O, advocating for it on social media. So those of us who are of one political divide, please feel free to contact us whenever you intend to make sure that you do your C of O and get your service done. Please feel free to contact us, because it is somebody that has C of O that owns land. The person that has C of O is the one that has security over his property. So my people, having said this thus far, it is time for me to go. But before I leave, it is in my own delight that I also get one or two words from the audience. So I only want to plead with you this morning. Please, we cannot take direct calls. Even if you have my both numbers, do not call direct. And if you want to reach out to us this morning to make one or two contributions, we're going to be receiving just 3 or 4 callers so that we can go about the day's business. The number to call still remain 081. Sorry. The WhatsApp number to call is, let me paste it there so you can reach me out. It's also on my chat word there, 081 37 928026. WhatsApp call only. So if you're on my wall now, you see I just made the post. You see, I just made the post. So if you're joining us, you want to make your contributions, feel free. I just also pinned the number on my wall, WhatsApp call only. So if you're joining us now, please ensure you oblige by calling us only on WhatsApp so that we can also hear your own side of the view. So if you are there, the number to call still remains. I've just seen my friend Momo Sani asking how much is C of O. C of O, the price for C of O cannot be static. There are two major factors that determine the cost of your C of O. One is the survey, two is your tax clearance. Now, your tax clearance, you only have to do that once. If you do that tax clearance once, you can use it for as many properties as you want to apply for C of O for. But if you are doing your tax clearance, you should also prepare yourself so that the moment you do your tax clearance for the fiscal year, you also use that tax clearance to also register other properties that you have before the year expires. That's what I advise my clients to do. So instead of doing one today and say next year you do another one, no, just do it and also get the necessary requirements like survey, valid form of identification, deed of transfer, and Oba's allocation in the case where that is the situation in which you acquire the land. You also get all those relevant documents, on ground. Then you also try to make sure that your property is legitimately surveyed. There are so many surveyors, passerby surveyors we have in town, but our surveys are always calling to contribute. Please oblige me your time to reach out to us. The number to call, as I earlier said, still remains 081 3364 1993. So if there's anybody that wants to call in to contribute as regards the discussion of today, if there's any question you want to ask as regards, I told you, do not call direct. Only call us on WhatsApp. Do not reach us on the direct phone call. Call us on WhatsApp. We're having our first call line today. Call us on WhatsApp only. WhatsApp calls only. Please, I must make emphasis on that. Hello, good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Bello Oji. I'm calling from Island, Dublin.
Okay, Mr. Bello, you're welcome. Please, what's your contribution? A quick one, please.
Please, I just want to contribute. I just want to thank you for what you are doing. And a person like me, Bello, I support Obaseki board. I like what you are doing because the issue of the street light is very, very important. I so much appreciate you for that, for continue to say about the street lights, because right now the crime rate in Edo State is getting worse, and we need the street light, to reduce those crime. So I appreciate you, my brother, for you continue, talking about the street light, and I so much appreciate it. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, my brother. You're welcome, my brother Oji from Dublin. I appreciate you. It's a pleasure having you on my platform today. So feel free to always call us anytime you feel there's something we're saying that is not in honest reality with the situation on ground. So please feel free to always call in. These are my direct numbers. I don't have any other numbers than these numbers you're seeing on my platform. So please.
Okay, and sorry, one more thing. I just want to add, please, what is the situation right now in Benin concerning the crime? Because I was supposed to, come to town next week, and a lot of my friends, so many of them withdraw their tickets because of the crime rate, and even my brothers are asking me now to withdraw my ticket immediately because the state is not safe. So I don't know. So I'm just planning this morning, maybe I could extend my ticket and whatever. But I just want to know if the crime rate have reduced or is still the same.
Thus far, having from what we met immediately after the NSAS protest, there's a drastic reduction in crime. But the truth still remains that we still have this pocket of court killings and petty snatching of vehicles and robbing of phones at very dark areas in Benin. We still have that, going on day in, day out, despite the fact that most of those crimes are not recorded crimes. Once they rob your phone, you say, what am I going to the police station to complain? The next thing, you move on with your life. Very many of that is going on rapidly in the states. Very many. But in terms of this general organized crime, like what we experienced during the NSAS protest, it has reduced drastically. And kudos to the military and some few local government chairmen like that of Ikubauka that also did the needful that we saw on ground.
Okay, so the Ikubai area now is not calm.
Yeah, Bubahi has always been relatively calm. Not not for this small pocket of crime I just told you about. Bubahi is naturally calm.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I go home every 6 months. Just that because I live in Lucky Way anyway. So just because of this, it really gets me worried because
Lucky Way is calm. In fact, Lucky Way the crime rate has reduced drastically because there's a major street light on the road.
Okay.
There are major street lights because if you want, Lucky Way is a one way in and one way out road. Either you're coming in from Upper Mission Extension or you're coming in from what do you call it? Agbo Road. Ramat Park. Yeah. So those two channels, you have street lights all along the road. So armed robbers don't think of that axis at all.
Okay, good.
Because they know that they will be easily spotted.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. So I will leave my ticket.
All right, you're welcome.
So I will still call you if I come to Nigeria. I will call you. I just like to see you one-on-one, even though we are opposition, but it doesn't matter.
There's no problem. I'm always on ground. I'm always on ground.
Okay, my brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can see it. This person who called me is a Togberian. You can see him is a Togberian, but the fact that he's a Togberian is not also happy that the streets is dark. That is what every sensible human being will be talking about. If Obaseki does street light tomorrow, one of us will be one of the ones to say our governor. Yeah, even if it was late, but we commend you for this. So it's not a. Hello, good morning, Mr. Caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning, my caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning, Mr. Emmanuel.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Peter.
Okay, Peter, where are you calling us from?
I just have my own contribution, and mine is also advice too.
Okay.
Understand? I know you are on opposition party.
Yes, but please hold on. Please hold on.
I was one of your supporters.
Please hold on, please. Please hold on. What's your name? You say your name is Peter. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Nigeria.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm calling from Nigeria. My advice for you is that beginning when you started well. Well, later I see that I was thinking maybe you are a human activist, not a politician. Well, later I now see you as a politician. You understand? Not everybody have their own right to support whoever they want to support. But there's one thing I don't like about you is that when you are criticizing somebody, always say the good and the bad of the person, which is very wrong. One thing I don't like about you. When Obaseki said he will create a 200,000 job, then you understand, people were accusing the man, you did not. But do you know that Obaseki is that more people, like he have done what he said he would do. Right now, I heard you saying that you are into CFO now. Is that not opportunity for you to? When Oshomole was in power, do you know how much was CFO? How many people can afford it then? Why is it that somebody like you, did not enter the business of CFO then? You understand? That is something that we like in government. Government cannot employ everybody, but government can make enable environment for everyone to be what they want to be.
Yes, I agree with you.
Somebody like you, like Stanley, like even Obaze telling us now they're into CFO business, which is very good. At least it's good for you to have something doing. So my brother, I want to advise you and encourage you. Whenever you are criticizing government, you have the right to criticize. Nobody's against that, but do it in a way that it will make sense to people that is listening to you. Not that you just condemn. Your own side is just condemning. No, At least, for me, as a person, I love Oshomole when he was in power. But one thing that made me not to love that man again, because the way he acted, Edo people, we are not fool. This is somebody who told us that he was behind your success in power. But now you are telling us that he's not a demon, which is very wrong. You understand? We are all human beings. You understand? So when somebody did something wrong, say this person did something wrong. When somebody did something right, he did something right. But your own criticizing is on one side, which is very wrong, my brother. If, for instance, Isaiah will become a governor tomorrow, Isaiah will not be there for forever. Obaseki will not be there for forever. You understand? So
yes,
you make sure and balance it. You are in support of I've never seen Isaiah coming out after the election criticizing Obaseki. This person that the two was they run a race the same time. You understand? So our advice to my brother, always bring it down and cool your temper whenever you are criticizing somebody. Say good of the man, say bad of the man is good, but not only bad. There is no street light. There is no street light. When they ask that man, do you know how much it takes to maintain street lights? The contract they signed during the past government. I know it's very important to have street lights in the state, but fine. But don't just criticize totally zero. He have not done anything. He have not that. Now you're into your full business. You are making money there. That one is, he have created the job for you already.
Okay, my brother, well understood. But I will totally disagree with you when you say that I don't say the good side of the governor. I think even very many persons who are also on social media have also acknowledged the fact that some of us were the ones who came out first on TV to commend the governor for, this Osiomo power. Some of us who know the importance of it in our society, we also came out to encourage him, and this same. Very recently, when the security situation.
Emmanuel, sorry for continuing short. Even till now, you are still telling us Osama part is a scam. Yeah, you still use the word is scam.
My brother, let me tell you something. In as much as it's a scam, I've commended the governor for that developmental strive. But what is my business with government? My business with government is not how they do a work. My business with government is how the work they have done, how is it affecting our lives. Now, let me tell you something. The governor did also more power. Some of us even criticizing when the job was slowed down. We also went to the power lines to show them that nothing is going on. But the moment the governor started work, we also went there to show the world that the work is ongoing, and we commend the governor for that. It's because of people just see me as somebody who is an antagonist. So you make up your mind that Emmanuel will not say anything good. If you go to my word, there are still posts I make commending the governor for his effort.
No, I'm not saying you're not saying. What I'm trying to advise is that
even on today's,
it's not everything you criticize somebody. You can still come and okay, let's appreciate the governor for doing this.
Even on today's broadcast, even on today's broadcast, I said I give the governor kudos for that. Even this year of Ojob, I give him kudos for that. But that does not mean that the governor said he has created 257,000 jobs. It's a lie. I would still argue that one with anybody. Let us be factual in what we say to help the society, not just only our individual selves. The governor has created jobs, no doubt it. But saying that the governor has created 200,000 jobs.
What I want to make you to understand is that there's no government that can employ everybody.
But that does not also mean that the government should be lying and misinforming their people. How can you say you have created 200,000 jobs? Where are the people? The government said that they've created 157,000 jobs. Where are these youths? Where are they? Where are the jobs?
Emmanuel, you as a person, you benefited from this government regime.
When you say I've benefited, are we up to 10 that are benefiting from this CFO? You mentioned Stanley, you mentioned Abat, you mentioned myself. Call on that person. Are they the 250,000 people that we are talking about? If the governor said that he has created job, if the governor said he has created job, if the governor said that he has created job, I will not argue with him. But putting a tag to the job he has created, then we'll have issues. So I want you to get that straight. If the governor said I've created jobs, thousands of jobs, he's not specific, I will not have issue. But when it's specific to say that he has created 157,000 jobs, some of us will not go that way with some of us. So I want you to get it straight. If the governor says he has created a job, I don't have issue with that. Kudos to him. But when he's not putting the job at a peg of saying that this number of persons, and which we know is a lie, we don't expect me to come out and say because I'm benefiting from CFO today, I should not say anything. After all, did the governor do the CFO for lay people that are supporting to benefit? So those are the issues.
No, not people. Are you supporting him? You are not supporting him, but you are one of the beneficial of this thing.
When you say that is why I'm asking you. That's why I still ask the question.
Because you know why?
Is the governor doing the job for all those people that are supported him to benefit?
You don't have access to the government. Before, I know of somebody that gave somebody money to acquire a CFO, that they hate his money, that he could not do anything. But now it's not like that any longer. The things, the government office, the government, how would I say, it's not open to everybody to have access to. And that one is a kudos to him. You understand? Not like before that. It's only when you have somebody there. If you don't have somebody there, you cannot do anything. You can't even move to government office or maybe for one or two things. It's not like that. But now everything has changed. Look at the issue of land in Benin before, the way it was. But all those things have changed. Okay. You need to praise this man. You understand? I know
we are still saying the same thing. I'm not a
that you have done. Encourage him more.
I am not a praise singer. I'm not a praise singer, and I've always.
Let me land first. The way I expected you to be criticizing, say, Governor, Mr. Governor, sir, we thank you for this that you have done, but this is the area that you have not done. We want you to do something about it. Not, you have not done anything. No, it's not good. We are all humans, okay? My brother,
let me quickly tell you. Let me quickly tell you. You have been talking since I allow you to talk, and other people are calling. But let me quickly tell you something. With the resources available to government, I put it to you that for the governor to actualize this CFO, he did not spend up to 2 billion naira to get the Edo GIS office, to get the GIS system running. He did not spend up to 2 billion naira. So if we are not praising the governor that he did something that is not of much resources, meanwhile our resources that he is expending is over 400 billion, and we start celebrating something that he did with about 500 or 400 million, and law formulation in the House of Assembly. Would that not be myopic on my own part? So what we are saying here is this: if the governor does those things that we know are of essence, we will come out and commend him. Do not forget, people, even the governor's opposition, the governor's supporters, they also use me as a reference point when they are on television to say that somebody that criticized the governor more also came out to commend the governor for the issue of Osemo power. That is one of the major achievements. The governor said that he is building refinery. The refinery, all of us know that it's not the governor's, it's not Edo State money that is there. The Edo State only put a counterpart funding to provide land.
But the refinery came on in some time. The primary school that they renovated, was it Oshomole's money?
That was what we are talking about, counterpart funding.
Oshomole take this glory that he renovated primary school and all those stuff. Was it his money? So my brother, we have to say the truth. You understand? He came on his own time. He gave he approved it. That's why those things are coming out. You understand? So
my brother, let me tell you the truth. It's just that social media was not around when some of us, or we were not that social media was not around. Some of us were not aware of the fact that social media was a channel for us to ventilate very many issues that we're not comfortable with in government. Oshomole's tenure, somebody like Tony Kabaka, Comrade Tony Kabaka, that I always advocate for his plight he has gone through under this government. He mobilized stock to beat us up, me in particular, up in Ring Road. In a Magoro school where they were holding town hall meeting, he also did the same thing. Some of us never came out to say this governor is Tony Kabaka is a bad person or this one. So government is a continuous thing. The major thing we are talking about is that you must improve on what you met, not to be comparing with the past. Is Adams Oshiomhole a governor? Will he become a governor again? The answer is no. So if we don't criticize Obaseki that now that Obaseki is in government, is it when he has left to criticize him? That is my simple take. But however, I get what you said, that I should reduce the level of criticism. That's what you are saying. I should not always be saying that it is bad, which is copied. Thank you. Hello, caller. Your name and where you are calling from?
Hello?
Hello, my caller. Good morning. Your name and where you are calling from?
My name is Favor. I'm calling from South Africa.
Okay, Favor, you are welcome. What's your take on today's discussion?
No, apart from today's discussion, I've been seeing your activism and the way they have been abusing you. You know, in most of you understand?
Okay.
Hello? Because I've been in this country, I see when an opposition leader, not even the government, is even threatening let me say manufacturer, a big wholesale manufacturer, but he put them on hold as he give them 5 days before he and his people they lock the whole place, the whole company, their retail outlet and their wholesale outlet. There was no case of arresting them. Even they were even making mad that they are even warning Shoprite that if they hear any case of abuse on their human rights, they should call them. I like when activism, forgetting respective of political party and other differences. You understand? This in Nigeria, I don't like it.
Okay, I've heard you. It's nice time talking to you. We're not accepting direct call. We said WhatsApp call only, but just please, Prince, if you want to talk to us, go and make WhatsApp call. My admin just said I cannot accept that. The rules must be kept strict. Hello, good morning, caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Steven. I'm calling from Spain.
Okay.
I'm using my Nigerian phone on WhatsApp. In all clarification, in Edo State, as I
hello, my brother, please hold on. My brother, please hold on. Please, if you are calling me and you want to contribute, the number that I pinned down is the number to call. Stop calling both lines. There's no way we can have both lines on. Stop calling both lines, please. I want to lay emphasis on that. Call the number, the WhatsApp number you are seeing out there. That is what we are asking for. Call just the WhatsApp number. Otherwise, we call off the calling section. We call it off. It's so unfortunate that while we're trying to do our own bit to ensure we talk to ourselves, people are just trying to truncate it. In as much as the call lines are still open, you will still have the channel to air your view. And now my admin just told me that I have to make it 2 minutes for anybody that wants to contribute. We're only using that to buy time before when we allowed everybody to contribute. So my brother, I'm with you. Please go ahead, I'm with you.
Okay, so many people do not know that government is the second god on earth. That's why when you talk, they will say the government is trying, the government is trying, the government is trying. People do not understand. As far as Nigeria is concerned, not only Edo State, people are not supposed to rule more than 4 years. I don't want to criticize again because Obaseki have won the election. But what we are seeing, Obaseki is not still doing anything. Even he has won the second, he's not still doing anything. But we cannot be shouting on people, okay, like you that are saying this is not doing fine, this is not good, this is not what government is supposed to be doing. People like you are not supposed to be criticized on social media because you are now one of the person that is saying what is bad now. Government is trying. When you come to the Western world, people are being paid when they are not working, and nobody is coming out to praise the government. Oh, the person, area where you pay for, you say, man, they work too much. Not now. But Nigeria are just so set back. Most of them are just so set back that they believe that when the government patch some road, they will begin to hail when the work is for him to do the road. Opposition that is talking about how the government will move forward, that everybody is just saying the government is good. When everybody knows that the government is not good, the nation will not move forward. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, my brother, you're calling in your name and where you're calling from, please.
It's me, Prince Romanus.
Okay, Prince Romanus, you're welcome. Please,
Yeah.
if you want to call in, I have enough time to talk. If you want to call in, please make use of the WhatsApp channel. Do not call my other WhatsApp line. I'm currently using that to talk to you live. So please ensure you call the number that is 08137928026. Yeah, Prince Romanus, you were trying to call me direct before now, but
yes,
luckily I had to put that under check. So go ahead, now you have me.
See, that guy that you just called now, look at the problem we have in this country. How can you say that because of the contract they were giving, because the contract they gave was 40, that is why the whole of Edo State there is no street light in Edo State? If you find that the power and the contract they gave was 40, why wouldn't go ahead and check all the issue there and make sure that the contract was given and make sure that we have street light in Edo State? Drive through Edo State today, there is no street light. And
Hello, good morning,
Good morning,
caller.
sir.
Good morning, caller. You are on to my program. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, we saw what you are doing, sir. We are calling from Germany, sir. So, you are doing a very great job. You see, in the beginning, we were criticizing you. People hated you. You know, when it is time for the sun to shine, it must surely come. No matter the rain, no matter the heavy of the rain, the sun must surely come. So, in the beginning, we were criticizing you, but we just thank God that you were able to keep up with your good work. And today we are now seeing it, like in the area of the Governor Obaseki, like in the since for the past 5 years, Governor Obaseki cannot tell the people of Edo State his one single project he have achieved of commission. Even he continue, anybody who challenge him, who try to correct him, he continue to accuse them that they are thief. They want him to share the money. Now the election is over. Every month allocation continue to come. In the whole of Nigeria, in the whole 36 states, Edo State is one of the states that have 13% derivation from the oil. Even as big as Sokoto, even Katsina, where Buhari come from, don't have 13%. And our people are just keeping quiet. Look at Central Hospital was built by a godfather. If you go to Edo North, the road in Edo North, Esako, was built by godfather. Ask the governor what he have done. Because the people who are coming out, they need to come and tender apology to the Edo people, even including me. We mislead Edo people and we must tender apology to the people of Edo, because Obaseki have nothing to offer the people of Edo, because somebody who have ruled for nearly 5 years cannot even boast of 20 kilometers or 30 kilometers of roads. This is my project I have done. Anytime the governor come online, he will be talking about skill acquisition. He want to train people to come and be a contractor. I don't know whether they want to train them to come and be a contractor in America. They continue to use those big grammar and this English to deceive and to lie to the Edo State. Edo State people, those one who are not well informed. But my say now, sir, is very important. The last word I want to say now is that now that things are going on like this, Obaseki said he have a result. But he have to come out and explain to the Edo people that I have a result to this, not by keeping quiet.
Okay.
They have nothing.
Okay, caller.
Sorry, sir. The last word, sir. We are begging Obaseki to stop deceiving us with Oshomo power plants. That is a scam. With a Giligili seaport, there is nothing like Giligili seaport. These two things they have been using to deceive us. Even the power plant is.
Yes. Sorry for that. Hello. Good morning, caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah. My name is Ken. I'm calling from Italy.
Okay, Ken. Please, you have 2 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That caller, when he talk just now, man, we know him very well. We know his voice. Now, SARS, that boy when they work with Oshomole, now he talk just now. We know of my voice, bro. I beg, if you see good team, we could not be talking. Who see bad one make it talk? We know where we for come. We know where they come from. I beg, make we judge this matter well. Obaseki is good for us. We know say it's good for us. All of them know say it's good. You yourself, they benefit from Obaseki government. Two of us. I be your fans. You know me well. You know, I dey watch you. I dey talk to you for fun. You know me very well. But whereby you dey criticize person when you know say man, if they okay because of stomach infrastructure is not good, bro.
Okay.
We have to do.
Okay. We've gotten your
we have to say the truth to each other. Obaseki dey try.
Okay.
What would they say before they come on for Edo State?
Yes. Caller, please. You have the call time now. Hello. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello. My name is Steven. I'm calling from Italy.
Okay, please.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Make it snappy.
Okay, good. This is the first time that I'm looking your program, and what you are doing is very good. You understand me?
Yes.
But
My brother,
let
let me inform you that you have just 1 minute 30 seconds.
1 minute 30 seconds. Good. But I want to ask you a question before I start contributing to what you guys are saying. Can I ask you a question here?
You have 1 minute 30 seconds. I'm here.
Or did I call you later to ask you the question?
No, go ahead. You're on live streaming. Go ahead.
If somebody do C of O's, if you want to do C of O's in his if somebody want to do C of O's in his land, and he find out that that land is government land, what to do next?
Hey, my brother, there's no way you can follow government. Government is the one giving C of owner. There's no way you can take government land. How can you take government land?
Mm.
So that can't work. There's no way you can take government land. The very first thing you need to do is that you need to verify the land you are buying before you buy. So if you have made that mistake, you have to go and look for the person that sold the land to you and retrieve your monies back.
Okay, that is good.
All right, thank you.
Good for that.
All right. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Hello, caller. Hold on, sir. I put you on the speaker. Hold on, please. Hold on. Okay, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
My name is Julius. I'm calling from Germany.
Okay.
I think everybody is this platform. Some they praise Obaseki, some they praise Oshomole, but I not come here to come praise any one of them. At least some people when they outside the country, when you don't see life, suppose not praise any politician, any governor or anybody when don't carry any position for that country, because we all that have left home, we know what we are benefiting outside the country. Because if our country is good, most of us will not be beggar in Italy today. I can hear some people calling from Italy saying Obaseki is good for them. If you go to Italy, many people are beggars there. They go to the supermarket and beg. Let me tell you, if your country, if Edo State is good, the job they are supposed to do. Look at the women in Edo State. None of them have nothing doing, and they don't earn salary while they are not working. Look at the children. What are the government giving to them? Those are the futures of tomorrow. They are not being paid. Nothing is happening. So these are the things we are supposed to be agitating for, so that we will have improvement in our land, in our state. When we are praising government for tying the road, that is not an achievement. When government will pay pensioners, that is not an achievement. When government build a school, it's not an achievement. I want us to get this. We should stop praising these people. We should encourage them to do more in our society. So that is my contribution, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, caller, can you hear me? Oh, we lost this caller. Please, if you're calling and you see that the line is engaged, just try and give some patience. We're here to hear everybody. Hello, caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Owen. I'm calling from Spain.
Okay, Owen, we can hear you.
Supporter. How is everything? Longest time. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you.
Let me just quick contribute. I know that there's no way a lot of people will not criticize you, because you already open up that you are supporting one party. You see, me, I know Benin very well. A lot of people wey dey Italy, wey dey Germany, wey dey a lot of country, they know they go Nigeria. Street light is very important. It doesn't matter whether you are a PDP or you are APC. There's one guy that will just respond that call you one. The guy talk very much. I know that he's a supporter of Obaseki. You are not getting anything. If maybe did they see any new car in your hand? No, you are telling them the truth. You go to the city in Benin, there's no street light. You say put street light. If there's street light, you will see come out and say, thank you, my governor. You try. We got a street light. You will see praise him. So I really appreciate you will continue doing what you are doing. Maybe one day God will open their heart and they will listen to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome, my caller. Okay, caller, you have.
Hello?
Yeah, caller, I see you have been trying to reach me. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Happy New Year.
Same to you, my brother. How you dey? How on a day for that side?
We thank God, we appreciate for your good work.
Thank you very much.
That boy that called after that called 3 calls ago, that he says he lives in Italy. That boy is a very stupid boy.
No.
When you are in Italy, they never see light in Italy. It's okay, that place. He say Obaseki is working. Which work Obaseki is working? Obaseki is not doing anything. It's not working. People are dying. People are suffering. People are suffering every day. You are complaining. You say Obaseki is working. Which work? You know the meaning of work? When you are enjoying the benefit of the good thing that the government of Italy is doing, you are enjoying it. You are saying Obaseki is working. You are a bastard. Change this year, please.
please. We are all one. Despite our political differences, let's not, be abusive to one another. Let's talk on points. So while we are waiting for any caller that is going to call in, we're going to take 2 more calls and we'll call it a day. Please, I want to beg, you can observe something. We should not subject this our enlightened discussion to for or against. I have said this even in today's broadcast, even before I threw my lines open. I give kudos to the governor for some achievements he has done. And I also do that, notwithstanding the fact that I give him kudos, I also criticize him. And I've also asked, those people that are praising the governor, that are always saying the governor is trying, that are praising the governor, go and ask them, why is it that they don't talk about the bad side of the governor? Me, I'm talking about the bad side, and I also give him kudos in those areas where he has tried, even if I'm not giving him the kudos overall, because I see that the monies available to him as a government, and the job done cannot commensurate with the money that is available to the government. So you don't expect me to give that kind of a government my 100% support. That's my person, that's my discipline. So having said all of this, in the absence of no other call, I believe we have been live for over an hour. I don't like doing long videos, except our viewing strength is very strong, so we interact. But having said all of this, remember, I am yours, noble right activist, and some of us will continue to do that. We know how to do best. My brother Omorige that wants to call, please call the WhatsApp number that you see that is pinned down. Don't call my direct line. I'm broadcasting with that line, so if you're calling it, it will be tripping off the conversation. And remember, you want to contribute also on the platform, so call the WhatsApp number there on my screen and you get to me directly. If you're calling the number direct, it won't work. Omorige, right? Call the WhatsApp number. Call on WhatsApp. We cannot take direct calls on that number. There's no direct calls, only WhatsApp calls alone. I want everybody to contribute. Only WhatsApp calls alone. So having said all of this, there's no way you can get everybody to like what you like. That's why we're in a society, and that's why we're in democracy. But getting the majority to support what you believe in, that's why you are a winner and a leader in democracy. So having said all of this, I want to believe that a threat to justice anywhere, and injustice is a threat to justice everywhere. And a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. As I likely said, no direct calls, only WhatsApp calls. Let's follow the protocol. No direct calls, just WhatsApp calls only. WhatsApp calls only is what we're taking. WhatsApp call. Callers that want to contribute, they are not listening. Hello, my brother Omoruge, you're welcome.
I greet you, my able comrade.
I see you. I'm trying to battle with those people that want to call in direct.
Okay, yes. That's fine.
Just hold on a
I'm
minute.
still online.
Hold on a Okay, hold on. I'm trying to sanitize my line. People are just calling in. Okay,
I greet you, my comrade.
yeah, go ahead. I'm here. I'm with you. Yeah, my brother Nicholas Ugbo, I must salute you. Happy New Year to you. I greet you conspicuously. Pedro Clifford, I can see you. I greet you conspicuously. So, Morige, go ahead.
So I just really want to commend you, your good works and your patience. I know many people called since I've been watching you online. Many people called saying some certain things, of which they're criticizing you, and now that you are benefiting from this, benefiting from that. Yes, it's a job well done. Everybody has to benefit from our government. It's not the government is not made for a particular set of people.
Exactly.
Other people calling from other people coming from Germany, may God bless you all for contributing. But meanwhile, there are people that were calling, they're insulting others that called. That is not acceptable. Which you just said it, that you shouldn't insult anybody. They are just telling their view. So I really want to thank you for your good work, that you never relent. People cost you, people insulted you. Even with my eyes, sometimes when we go to protest, people insult you, people do this, you never relent. May God Almighty continue to bless you.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Thank
That's
you.
Just what I want to say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Mike, calling from Torino, Italy.
Okay, go ahead. You have 1 minute, 30 seconds.
So happy New Year. So I want to thank you for what you have been doing. I will follow you right from day one, even the very day you went to Saplero to confront the deputy governor for what he's doing Saplero. I see Airport Road, I see everything. I'll be following you for so long. So I want to really thank you for what you are doing in Edo State, you know. So most of us are live in diaspora. So most of them are still supporting the governor, present governor, or past governor. For me, I'm not supporting the past governor, I'm not supporting the present governor. Because when you really comes to the world organization or the state organization, Oshomole did better more than Obaseki. You fighting against the street light is very important, because light is life and life is light. When there is light, it's very difficult for somebody to harm anybody.
Exactly.
You understand? So where there is darkness, it's very easy for somebody to harm someone. You understand? Talking about Western world today, Western world is very secure. Western world is very secure. They're secure in the sense that they have a very good stable light, and they use camera to trace. You understand? So if governor they want to do something better, like here that we live in Western world here. Here is not our motherland, here is not our fatherland, but we are benefiting a lot of things here. For me, I work in Italy here. I've been working for over 5 years in Italy. I know what I'm achieved. Even when I was born in Nigeria, before I grew up in Nigeria, I didn't achieve anything. What I achieved today for over 10 years, I've been living in Europe, in Africa. You understand? So one thing in life is just that. When people say governor is doing the government, because the money is available for the governor to take care of the people and to build the country, to build the state that is living. There's not one thing in life is just that. Nothing governor is doing. Okay, there is no good road, there is no good healthcare, there is no light.
You have 20 seconds.
So no job opportunity. So my brother, God bless you for what you are doing. Keep doing it. God will give you strength and empower you more. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, my conscious Edo people, I want to appeal to you. The WhatsApp number to call is 081-3792-8026. You don't need to call me direct, just WhatsApp call. WhatsApp, anybody who's watching me live can afford a WhatsApp call. The reason for that is to carry everybody along. So please ring me up on WhatsApp. I'm here to take your calls. So talk to me.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Talk to me.
Are you in Maluagogo?
Go ahead. I can hear you. Talk to me.
Sorry, I said, are you Imalo Agbogo?
Sure. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, sir. Yeah, good morning, sir.
Happy New Year to you and your family.
Yeah, just like, yeah, it's fine. Happy New Year. Same to you, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
You have
come
1 minute.
across
You have 1 minute 30 seconds.
Okay, I just come across the video that you do last about 4G certificate, about continental Obaseki. You know, my reason, not be the same certificate being used for the first turn of during Oshomole regime.
Okay. Very good question.
Is it not the first certificate he used for that first year's election that passed?
Yes.
Now I don't understand again. This okay, it's forged, it's not original, all those kind of stuff, you know. I don't really understand it. That's why I just want you to explain to me. That's
okay.
why.
Okay. This question you have asked, I'm going to end my broadcast and train light into it. Let me pick a next caller. I will explain it into details before leaving.
Okay.
Thank you. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Greg. I'm calling from Nigeria, but I base in Europe, but I am in Nigeria at the moment.
Okay, Mr. Greg, go ahead.
You know, I normally follow up your program. Sorry?
Yeah, I said, Mr. Greg, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Sorry?
I said,
okay.
Go ahead, I can
I
hear you.
normally follow up your. I normally follow up your programs most of the time if I see you on live.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the work you are doing, but there are some discipline that we need to implement into the forum.
Okay.
It painful when you see somebody call from a distance and you start insulting somebody. You know, I'm not so surprised anyway. Everybody can not be the same. So some other people are seeing the good work you are doing. You know, you supporting the party, I don't have a problem with that. It's a party. Everybody cannot be in one party.
Exactly.
So people must support either this or the other side. So if everybody now go to one party, meaning that we don't have a party in the state. So I don't know why people are seeing it as offense that somebody is supporting one party. It doesn't matter who you support. That is your party. Me, I can also support the party I want to support. You understand? So I just want to praise you for the good work you are doing, and you don't see the other people that is taking maybe they are taking side because of you are affiliated to one party or you are supporting the party. Don't look at it as anything. So just keep doing the good work you are doing. And another thing I want to say that people are, you know, when they say government are trying, I don't know what they mean by God. You know, people in Nigeria, they always use that word that governments are trying, they are trying. You begin to praise them. If you make me a governor, the reason why you make me a governor for me to work for the people, it's not his money. He's not using his money to work for the people. You are being appointed there to serve the people. You are a servant to the people. If you tie the road, I shouldn't be praising you because you are tying the road. Or you renovate a school, I'll be praising you that you are renovating the school. That's the job you sign for. So you must do what you sign for. I want to correct people that begin to say, this one is trying, Osomole have tried, Obaseki is trying. No, they just sign for the work and they are doing what they sign for. Okay. You understand? So they should not be praising the government. They are trying, or begin to blame you because you are supporting the party. No, it's high time that they should know that even they said that they're insulting you, are they not supporting Obaseki? Is that not the reason why they are insulting you? Okay. Are you as somebody who is despite what you are doing, you have right to support who you want to support. You understand? So at the end, just take it easy and keep doing what you are doing, and whoever you want to support, you have right to support them. And I cannot insult you, I cannot challenge you for that.
Okay.
Because
a minute, please, before you go. Are you in Benin City at the moment?
Okay. Yes, I'm in Benin.
Okay. Are you seeing street lights in where you are living?
No no street light. I've never seen any street light on in Benin. No one.
Okay.
Since I've been in Benin
Thank
for
you.
this festive period, I've never seen one street light on.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Hello, caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, hello?
Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, my name is Kerry. I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. I used to like that city.
Okay, Mr. Malago, I would like to thank you for the good work you are doing. Let me just go straight to my question about the certificate of Obaseki. If really what they said or what they proclaim, one thing, I voted for Obaseki, but let him present the original certificate.
I'm with you, sir. I'm with you.
If really he had the one they are talking about, so let him present the original certificate. That is it. So no need of this cock and bull stories going here and there.
Okay.
So this whole thing, we just put it aside and move Edo State forward. That is it.
Okay.
So I really thank you for the good work. And please, that street light issue is very, very necessary. I've been watching you videos. That street light is very, very necessary. I listened to the other caller that was talking about the street light. Is very, very necessary. Without no light, no life. Darkness condone evil. So please, Obaseki should do something.
All right. Thank you. I believe the governor.
So thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. This caller.
Hello.
Yeah, this caller. You've been.
Hello?
Yeah, you've been trying to reach me since.
Okay, yes. Okay, my name is Stanley. My name is Jeff. I want to contribute little on this issue where we talk about.
Okay, go
One
ahead.
thing is that one thing we should know about life is that opposition in a country, in a society, is one of the best things that is happening in the society. Opposition, you're supposed to get opposition for society. Now they give anybody with the power, they give them the guys as will say, man, this thing you not do, and I go make those people they work. Without opposition, things don't work for any society. That's not one way maybe some people they know. Not be say that when they criticize, they will say, why you criticize? You get to criticize because without opposition, you know go work for just our society. We know say our governor they work fine, but you get to say people they will criticize them. Normally in some countries, they pay opposition. That's not what we don't know. They pay people who be opposition when they oppose government. They pay them because they see the new post where they say government not they see. They don't get to go the voice them out. They make them say this thing they not do this thing. So my brother, you are doing a very great job. For me, I'm a supporter of Obaseki, but I have to say the truth. Opposition is very important in society. We should know that, So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Okay, bye.
My greetings to your beautiful kids I can see here. So I want to ensure I take everybody's call before leaving, whether you are pro or you are against. I want to take it. But before I go, I promised the caller that said we should throw more light. Was it not the result that Obaseki used for his first 4 years that he's using now? Why is it now that they want to talk about the result? Now, before Obaseki became governor in 2016, the PDP made a very big mistake under Pastor Sageze Yamu's candidature. They made a very big mistake, and the mistake they made was that the matter that was supposed to be taken to the court in a pre-election as a pre-election matter, they now took it to the court after the election. So Adas Oshomole used his mouth to say it also. He said that they used technicality to rule out that matter from the court, saying that the matter is not a matter the court should entertain now, is a pre-election issue, and on that basis the court struck out the case. For me, I know that this time around that Obaseki is in court, it is a pre-election matter that they've also taken him to court, so that is where I know reach. So if there's any other thing that I don't understand, I believe those who are legally inclined with the way our law operates, they will say that. But the excuse I know for sure that made Obaseki to survive that issue of certificates the last time was that they did not go to court as at the time when they ought to go to court. They went to court when it was post-election issues, when it was supposed to be a pre-election matter. But now they're in court as a pre-election case. So that's where I know that question you asked me reach. So in the absence of no other call, I want to make sure that I give everybody right to fair hearing. So if you know you have been trying to call and you have not been heard and you are still on the broadcast, please, you have this last 10 minutes to air your view. You can call in so that you air your view the way it is. For those of you who want to contribute, you can call in now to air your views. These are my simple take. You can call in now to air your views. So we'll take one more call and we'll wrap it up for the day. Do not forget, I remain yours noble right activist. As I tell una so, make una try to make sure say una dey support us in our engagement with una for this social media, so that we go fit still dey say yes, via social media we still get wetin dey benefit. Not be because say na just government, via social media we still get wetin we dey benefit. So we're going to take this last caller and we call it a day. Hello caller, your name and where you're calling from?
Yes. Hello.
Hello caller, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello.
Hello caller, your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, my name is Steve.
Okay, Mr.
Hello?
Steve, I can hear you.
I'm calling from Edo State.
Okay, Mr. Steve, go ahead. I can hear you.
My brother, thank you for the good job you are doing. You people are trying. But one thing I discover from you people is this. It's just like somebody like Albert now, you can see he does not criticize the government again because he's benefiting from the government. And if, for example, now somebody like you, Izzy Yamu, tomorrow now, you will not criticize Izzy Yamu because both of you, all of you are working for your stomach. That is the real fact. We don't have a real activist in Nigeria, in Edo State. If, for instance, now Izzy Yamu is in power,
I love my brother. See, no talk again. My brother, see, make I tell you the truth. What is your name again? Sorry.
Steve, calling from Edo State.
Steve, Mr. Steve. The truth be said is that a whole lot of people, in fact, some people will be say they listen to me, but they don't like to go and call in for program like this, but they support me, they listen to me, they make sure say I get data. See, before the election ritual, I think they supported say Yamu. I know for they support governor. Governor, they call me, government, they call me, say make I come, they want to see me, I go. They come, they say I should stop my criticism and all that. They will look into the matter. To God who made me, it is my followers from abroad, those people that take time, that are learned, that take time to advise me on what to do and how we go about it. They were the ones that told me to say no, support pastor. People will call you names, so people will say that you are enemy of Edo, but support pastor. Do you know why? Because it makes you stand firm for what you believe in. I was wanting to be neutral in this election. Don't support pastor, don't support Islam, but they say no. I'm coming, sir. Let me just explain. You have the time. Let me tell you one thing. I have also told everybody, and including my principal, the pastor that I supported in this last election. I said that even if he wins and he refused to do what we expect from him, he has a manifesto, simple agenda. Some of us will be in the front because we know by that time, if anybody is coming to attack us, we know where it's coming from. We know the people that are sending them. I don't know if you get me. So I have always been an advocate, but there's no way you can verify what I'm saying. Not until when I've been given the opportunity.
My brother, let me come in here. I know you are a good activist in the beginning. I was liking your program, but the problem we have now in our group, the problem we have with you people, you activists. I can use Albert as an example.
Is Albert an activist?
The person you are supporting in the government, are you really fighting for the people, or you are fighting for the masses? That is the problem. We are confused. We don't know the real activist again. If, for instance, now the favor of this governorship is from Izzy Yamu, you will not criticize Izzy Yamu. Look at Albert now. You cannot criticize the government. It's not giving us anything about Obaseki wrongdoings. That is the problem we have with the activists in Edo State.
We are confused. We don't know who is the real person, who is the real activist.
Okay.
This one is real person. Yeah. In the beginning, you were very good in your job, but now we don't understand anymore because the government has disappointed us in the area. But yeah, we know. So, brother, you people should try. We are confused. We don't know the real activist in Edo State. Are you people fighting for us, or you are fighting for political power? So
okay,
that the government
my brother, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to convince you that I am fighting for the people, but you know, of course, that I supported APC in this last election. Are you aware?
Yeah, I know, brother. Please let me give you one example.
There's nobody in Edo State. There's nobody in Edo State, including those people in PDP and APC, that have criticized President Muhammad Buhari, that is the number one leader of APC, more than me. If I go to ITV, I criticize. Okay.
Let me give you an example. Look at Stanley Osakweno-Odi. In the beginning, he was very vibrant. He was truthful, but he supported the governor. But since then, now we are not hearing anything criticism from him again. He's not saying the truth again. He's not dealing of CFO. So what kind of activist is he? He's not talking on any area. Even if he belongs to PDP, if the governor do wrong, tell the governor this is what we want. That is why we believe in you people activists. Osakweno-Odi is not talking about the governor again because he collected money from his campaign. That is the problem we have. Abba collected huge amount from the governor. He cannot criticize the governor again. So that the governor, if there's no criticism, governor cannot do any work in Edo State. We want you people to work for the masses. At least if you have a four flat, everybody has something. Where's the benefit? So please, if you are doing your job in the beginning, you Osakweno-Odi, you were very good in your job. But now we are not seeing anything from Osakweno-Odi again. Your own side, we are seeing it from the opposite side. That it's because Ize-Iyamu is not favored. If Ize-Iyamu is favored, just like as Abat is doing now, you will not criticize the government. That is what we are saying. So we the masses, we are confused. We don't know the real people that state.
My brother, let me sincerely tell you, all the calls I've received today, from all the calls I've received today, this your call. In fact, I will not say it's one of it's one of the best calls for today. Let me not criticize other people's contribution. What you have said is the truth, and I Emmanuel Agbogun, except you don't know me. Please, I have been in activism for donkey years, for decades now. By the time when we started activism, we met people like David Ogolo, Sakwe, a few of them. But those people, they are not politicians, as the case may be. Me, myself, I am not a politician because I'm not yet a registered member of any political party. But I tell you the sincere truth. I am political because of my belief. The reason why I did not support Obaseki is not even because of pastor. It's not solely because of, it's because of I don't like his style of government. And let me tell you the same thing. Pastor is not paying me. Pastor is not paying me. Pastor is not giving me any form of empowerment to say I should support him. No. I am only supporting pastor. In fact, even in his election, I supported him with materials, with campaign materials, and I also mobilized people to support with funds, my followers across the globe. Now, let me tell you something. If peradventure Pastor Ize-Iyamu wins, to make the matter straight, he's going to wear the garment of activism more. Because, see, we are the future leaders of tomorrow. If we don't sell the ideology we believe in, we will not get it right. From the onset, ask people that know me very well. Majority of my friends got angry with me at some point when I decided not to work for the governor. I don't know that you get me. So please, my brother, this kind of discussion,
just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
I round up. Just 1 minute. I round up.
Okay.
Yeah. What I want to say, please, brother, with your other colleagues, try you. I don't know if you have union or, but you people, the activists, you try and be for the masses, not for the government that will favor you by after a favor of a particular person. At the end of the day, you'll be highly favored, maybe with healers or material things. You people, the activists, please try and be for the masses. That's the only way development can come to our state. If you are for what you are going to benefit, you are not working for the masses, I don't think development will come. We are highly disappointed in Stanley Osakweno-Odi for not criticizing the bad side of the government I'm not saying Obaseki is the best. I'm Togwerians. We are really disappointed in Osakwinogodi. You are showcasing your house that you built duplex. Is that what you fight for in the beginning? You are not the true person you used to be. We know good things is good, fine. If you work with somebody, you will be favored. But you people should take the masses in mind first than the particular things you are going to get from who you are working for. So please, brother, that's my last word. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. In fact, this last caller we just called, I want to appreciate you. But I want to correct one notion also. Even if I'm of the political divide that Osakwinogodi is not supporting, I think where Osakwinogodi's house is, I also have my property there. That's in his own community. Stanley has been building that house for the past 7 years. Even before Obaseki came into government, he has been building that house bit by bit. So I know we started going to bush together. I knew how he started that place. So it's not even Edo State money. Agreed, the finishing maybe 1 or 2, but that house, Stanley has already roofed that house, did everything in that house, putting doors and almaco before the issue of Obaseki's election came on board. So however, I'm not challenging the right or his right of ownership. I'm only just sending the right message because you made a very, 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 very convincing statement today that if Pastor Sagi Ezeyamu wins, will you be criticizing the government? I love that question. And I believe the answer to that question will really come when Pastor Sagi Ezeyamu emerges as governor. That is my simple question. Because for some of you who know me, Adams Ali Oshomole, if there was anybody, himself, Speaker Uyigbe, Shaibu as a majority leader, there was no other person in this Edo State that was boastful enough to lead protests. Myself, alongside my leader Daneche, when Kotusubo was still reasonable, we all fought property tax to a standstill in this state, including Stanley Osakwinogodi. He also met us in the struggle. We all fought property tax to a standstill. So the truth be said, we are not. I'm not into politics for stomach infrastructure. By the grace of God, even if I don't have what to feed, I strongly believe that help will come. And even where help does not come, I believe I come from a family where this will not be difficult for me, and they will not also make an arrangement for me to, fall back to life. And by the grace of God, my hands and my legs are intact, so I can work to earn a feeding for myself and my kids and my family. So that is it. I don't really know how much people have known me, except when I started talking from the social media, which I always give the likes of Mega Comrade Clement, Eradamigo Edegbe, a lot of accolade for. I have always been on ground. I have always been on ground as an activist, and I stand resolute, even if where all my members are saying no, this thing is getting out of hand. Some of us in our own wisdom, would ensure that we continue doing what we are doing and known to do best. And I can tell you, this is a new year, and I believe in this new year we also strategize to go stronger. Even as I speak, although some persons are also calling me. Hello, caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Yeah, caller, your name and where you're calling from. Yeah, hello, I can hear you.
My name is Kevin Osabo.
Okay, Mr. Kevin Osabo, you're welcome. Happy New Year. Where are you calling from? And your name and
I must greet you, my brother. Emmanuel Agbogun, I must greet you.
You're a great man.
Yeah, and they only follow your everything, and they only follow and I mean they share all your network, I mean they share well, they listening. So I so much like your handwork, the way they talk, advise people, talk to people. I so much like her. So let me share well. I must greet you, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what I want to contribute onto this issue, I want for we for here for us for Western world here for Germany or Spain, Italy, which we mostly talk about now this insecurity level for us in our state, as in those states. So
yeah.
So what people they try talk, when people they hear, say most people when they never come out, they don't know the development of how another country be. They go see Mumu, they talk say, he know me. If they come up for us, they go know the difference where they They don't need to replace government. Government try, not try, then they yawa them. So that if you yawa them, they will try the more. You understand? So there's no place. Everybody they listen to people with the Western world. The way Benin be that one Western world be. No. So why they will come and say government, if they do one road, two roads, then they try. They do ball, then they try. No, they don't try. They need to the yawa them to the core. So what I want to talk about is the insecurity level for those states. I don't say it will not be your topic, will not be your topic today, but this is the vex us every day. The vex us. The way people they die, they kill, no security, nothing. People they lost their life anyhow. One thing they try to say, we no solution to all those things. That's the way they street, you know the way street be. How? I don't say some kind of leaders or APC, they don't let talk this thing one time, say, see the solution for this, all those killing. And we see this for that truth. Mr. My brother,
yes.
government don't feel employ as a neighbor watch for Asipobowaka 2,000 people as for streets, for all those boys with this street, so 2,000. Oredo 2,000. Egon, local government 2,000. My brother, God don't they kill go to.
Exactly.
Fowl don't they kill. Fowl don't they kill as a fowl. If all those boys like this, they street like this, they walk as neighbor wash. My brother, nothing going to happen again. Because why? At the end of the month, they believe say they will receive money like 30K. You understand?
Yes.
30K plus 6,000. It's not just at the 200 million as a naira. And every of your day, they are secure. Those men say they go work pass as the police because they sign everything. If anything happen for Asipobowaka, that's the way they hold the neighbor watch. They go hold and struggle. Okay. That's when they hold Oredo. They go hold and struggle. You go see I say na him go talk to all those neighbor watch guys. Say I don't want you as a fuck up. Make una do this thing well. Everybody go there as a corporate. Nothing go happen. No fight. Because at the end of the month, 30K go enter pocket, 30K go enter. That's where we pour for 30K. Now, do you say how they go fight? Or go kill? No. Because the person not see food job, no money for under carpet, they not the bank. If they don't smoke a can, they begin the verse. If you mash her, na killing. Some people they keep for free. Some of them say they want they are 30K. If you think I say at the end of the month, you go get 30K. You know, get that guy has an evil heart. But if they talk out for here, they'll say, "Una the APC people, una go downstairs, una not sabi talk. Now come and put them for something. Now come and put them. No, government is made for cheap security. You just want to you not the all you need to fight for all the security because you don't think. Not today they see now. So the way people they lost their life for as within my brother, and so we they not they happy. So we say that government I'm a light day, not be anything. Government, no one want to come and talk about as an insecurity for as within one day.
Okay.
If no one want to come back, you want to say as if not the year, say as the people they die. You don't hear now.
Okay, my brother, we've heard you. We've heard you. A very strong contribution and viable one at that. We've heard you, and we're also going to ensure that we make our time to draw the attention of government to this.
No shaking. I must be to my brother.
All right, you're welcome. Please continue sharing our videos and continue supporting us with your invites and share. God bless you. Yeah. Yeah. So all these people don't they call me since. Make I see one way. This guy don't they call me since. Make I call this guy before we end the call section. This guy has been calling me. Let's hear what he has to say. So now me the call and he call. I don't say don't call that line. Call this one. Call that one. Please, you cannot call via WhatsApp. You cannot call this number directly. I'm using it to broadcast. If you want to call via WhatsApp.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. You were trying to reach me up.
Please, I want to contribute to this your street light issue that you are saying. It's a very good thing. But I want to ask you, have you ever written to a government office like a charge of government property or Ministry of Environment, all those stuff that in social area there is no street light? We need street light because we as the masses, the major people in the state, we have our own right because we don't know our right. That is why government is taking much advantage of us.
Exactly.
Like if you know the street light is not working, at least you have like 2 or 3 times that you are written to the office that there is no street light. This place needs attention of the government. Have you ever do something like that? Coming to social media criticizing or talking about it is not very. I don't think it's
very many times.
I want you to okay. Consume the government. That's why it work in the Western world. If things is not working in your area, you have to write to the local government because street lights are supposed to be local government things, not state government. Local governments know the area. People that live in Ibobayan and they have Ibobayan local government. They are the ones supposed to be maintaining the street light, clearing the area and all those stuff. So okay. I expect you to write to them. You can sue them. You can sue them that this whole thing is not working because you guys that live in that area, you are in threat. Because there is no light and all those stuff. There's no street lights. So many bad boys take advantage of that area. Write to the local government, write to the state government, then you can sue them. Let's do things in a learned way because I know you're a learned man.
No problem.
I'm coming to social media and begin to say about it. Something like that. So I think that would be a good way to fight all those people.
My brother,
you understand? Maybe if they see like you now, you raise an alarm, another person from your area raise an alarm, and the other person raise an alarm is a very good thing. Another thing I want to say, sir, one thing I noticed in Benin, so many big men in Benin, they are very greedy. Somebody can build a house for over 20 million, but for him to repair the road that link to his house for 1 million, he will not do. They are waiting for government every time. I know it's a government proper, it's a government thing that government should make every area enablement for people to live. But let us say the truth. You understand? How much is street lights? There's this solar energy that is going on everywhere now. At least each and every one of us can decide in the street, okay, since we don't have light, this area is dark area and we are living in this area, we have to secure ourselves. Because that is one thing I see in Nigeria, you have to secure yourself. Let them contribute and buy this solar light in their area. I think it's another welcoming idea that for me to waiting for the government that have failed already. You understand? Because our life is important to us. Life does not have duplicates. When things happen, you can't extend it any longer. So I encourage every one of us should be doing things like that. You can decide to buy 1, 2, 3 before you know the thing will be going. The next neighbor, this man not doing his own. The other one say, I still do my own. Those things bring development and they also motivate government to do more. Then you have the right to talk to government. I've done this in my area. What have the government have done for us? Something like that. You understand? So I think that is a better way for the state to move forward. Let every big man, let every individual. We should not wait for government for everything. Let's try our best to secure our area. And the other thing about this killing in Benin of a thing, I don't really understand what is happening. I pray that God should have mercy on us. You understand? But the other caller said about the neighborhood. I don't encourage government to be paying bad boys to secure the country. No, that one is not a good thing. It's like you are encouraging people to be bad. You understand? So what I want to do, the security, the government have failed us totally. Hopefully we know that. But I feel God should intervene. And I want to encourage every one of us, know that there is no gain by killing your brother or killing one another. There is no gain. What do you gain from it? This is somebody that can help you tomorrow. If future leader, we are cleaning ourselves. So I believe the government is happy over it because they don't want this is people that will challenge them tomorrow. They are allowing them to kill, to live, to die for, so that they will not challenge them tomorrow. That's why they are encouraging all those things. So I advise everyone of us should be wise enough to stop all this killing and think of how we are going to fight these bad leaders and make our country great again. That was my own contribution. God bless you.
All right, thank you, caller. It happens you are the last caller for today. I want to say a big shout out to you. Sorry if you have called and you were not able to reach out to me. If you can still call now for just 2 minutes, if your call comes in as we're making a presentation, we'll take it and we call it a day. We wrap the show for today. Do not forget, I am Emmanuel S. Aigbogun, and what I believe in is that we should have a better society. Yeah, we're having this last person as our caller. He has been trying to reach us since. Hello, caller, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my brother, good morning. My
Good morning. Happy New Year to you. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Emmanuel, believe me, I appreciate your good work.
Thank you very much.
You see, calling, saying different kind of thing. You understand? I believe everybody have his own view of looking into the government of Edo State. You understand?
Yes.
So, particularly, I will tell you that if it is not for a person like you, if we don't have a person like you, believe me, Obaseki would have not even be sweeping or be doing anything at all in Benin. Believe me, that man has not been doing anything for the past 4 years and now. You understand? And I see no reason why, most especially people living in diaspora, will be supporting a government that is not doing anything when they know what is happening here in abroad. You understand? So it's a shame, it's a taboo for people still calling themselves, I'm a Togberia, I'm a full supporter for Obaseki, but just that I don't like what is. Why are you supporting him for? Obaseki is a sleeping governor. He's not doing anything. The only thing they can talk about, Obaseki relocate, Obaseki there relocated. Is it not somebody that built Obemudia Stadium? Is it not somebody? Is this not a governor that started the foundation and finish it? I don't know what this man is doing why people will be afraid to talk the truth. Listen, the fact is just this. And I think another brother was talking about you are not if you are fighting for the masses or you are fighting for the governor or because of maybe your side now of the government is not in power, is why you are doing this. No, I don't see it to be like that. It's only when is there Yamu is there, then such comment will come. I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
Is there Yamu is not there now? I'm a full supporter of Israel Yamu because of, you know, when a man is speaking, you understand, I'm seeing it in another different perspective, not the way people are looking at that man. You understand? Some people who said he's a thief, some people who said it's only a time of election we hear Israel Yamu is a thief. After the election, we know hear he's a thief again. He has never been a secretary of the state, is not the governor of the land. I don't know if you understand. So if okay now, even to what somebody was saying about Abat. If you watch Abat now, he's afraid to talk because he think maybe something might turn around. Do you understand? He's just thinking of how to switch. Do you understand? I don't know what you normally call him, Singapore stupid boy or whether lalai boy. To me, brother, stand firm. I don't understand. So nobody has right to criticize you now. Everybody are fighting for his stomach. Listen, if you did something where you reap from where you sow, that one is normal. You can't be an activist and be a poor activist. If God help you now that you are rich, I believe a lot of people will not be talking anyhow. You understand?
Exactly.
So my brother, stand firm for what you believe. Stand firm for what you believe. Believe me, sky will be your limit someday. You understand?
Yeah.
They have criticized you. They have done a lot of things. People insult you of comment. Still, you still stand firm and say, yeah, this guy is a man. You understand? So don't care. Provided what you are doing, you believe yourself for what you are doing. Believe me, someday things will turn around. You understand? For me, Obaseki is not doing anything. I've never seen anything that this man has done in Benin. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing. It's only good of deceiving people. You understand? We will do this. People will say, look at this man. They will be sending it. Hey, brother, look at. Why can't you change your man? All this thing is lie. He's not doing anything. The man is not working. You can't compare Obaseki government and the Shomole government. But because of racism, even the those that will be talking about this one is they are the one. But this one is a Benin. Is it because it's a Benin man? Oviedo do Aushima do 8 years. Obaseki must do 8 years. Is that how it's supposed to be done when he's not doing anything? We all remember how Shomole started. You understand? The Benin forget so soon when they were saying Shomole Yedokin Yewebo. Now today there's no street light. Where is the road? No one again. Nothing. So my people, if you know you are living in abroad and you are enjoying the benefit of abroad, you are not saying the truth. You are standing up because of one thing you are looking up to. Believe me, God will judge you. It's a new year. God will judge whoever that see the truth and know how to talk. In abroad where you are not working, you receive free money every month. You see cripples, they receive money, they even pay them more. Look at the cripples in our land, they are begging. There is nothing that is working. So what is different that Obaseki I bring to Benin that maybe other? Look at other states. I can mention many states in Nigeria that is far better than Edo State.
Very many.
So my brother, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't let anybody bring you down. Keep on doing it.
Thank you.
You understand?
Thank you. So that's it. That will be the last caller for today. Who is this other one person that's trying to reach me again? When I no call since, so now we want end show. Now I can't call all these people where they talk like soothsayers. Hello, caller, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Edwin, calling from Italy. I want to throw light to what's the last caller before this guy talking about the street light. I said my name is Edwin, calling from Torino.
Okay.
So I want to throw light to what that guy just said according to the street light. He said somebody will bid that at 20 million. They will not construct the road or they will not give a street light to the streets.
Yes, I'm with you.
So one thing in life, I don't know if that guy has been in Western world before or he has been in Nigeria. In Western world here, there is no individual who can be able to provide electricity for himself. No. You understand? So government provide light, government provide water, government provide gas, everything you are using in your house, government provide it. The important thing, when the months come, you pay the gas or the bills to government. You understand? So that guy should not be saying, government, you when you build the house for 20 million, you cannot provide your street light or whatever. No, you cannot do it that way in Western world here. When you are living in Western world, government provide everything for you, but at the end of the month, you pay the bills to government. That's how it works, you know. So don't say when you build that for 20 million, you bring street light to yourself or whatever. It does not do in Western world here, you know. So that's it.
Okay, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So haven't heard everybody speak. I must tell you, I took so many lessons from today's broadcast, and very well we're going to be working on it to ensure that we promote our society to be a better place. Having said all of this, remember we started today's Comrade Lanty, and we have gone past that, and we will be wrapping up today. So, however, please join me live tomorrow or later in the evening, 10 p.m. I'll be live. I'll be live to discuss the way forward for this 2021. So join me live. We've started 2021 in a good start, and I bet you if we all be our brother's keeper, we'll continue to pull strings. Once again, I remain no other person than yours, Noble Right Activist. Let's take this last caller from Omoroge, my friend. Then we call it a day. Mr. Omoroge, you are our last caller for today. Please say something before we leave.
Thank you very much for answering my call. I know you're almost close. I want to reply to that our brother that just called from Torino, that it's not done that way in the Western world. We all have been there. So the part is that the other caller that said that if you build us for 20 million, at least you can provide a street light for yourself. It is a welcome development. That street light, even when I was coming, I bought two. I bought two, was 52 euros. So if you look at it, it doesn't cost anything. Just put it in front of your house. It's a challenge. Then the other man will say, oh, there's light in that frontage. And if you put a street light in your frontage, it will lighten to the next compound. The other one will put. That is what that guy means. So it's not that it's not done that way. I know government make the infrastructure of street lighting abroad, but if the government refuse to do it for you here, you can as well just buy one and put it there. Even in Chinese online stores, you can see it 20 euro, $25. You buy it and put it in your front. If you are ready enough, you buy three, you put it there. That is what that means. Thank you very much, Mr. Agbogu.
Thank you very much for your time and your contribution. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right. My admin has just told me it's time to go. We've been here for, even when we said we're going to do a 30-minute video, but he told me to give everybody a listening ear. And please, for my media crew, we'll be doing a whole lot this new year. We want to ensure that we reach out to everybody and organize the media in a better form. Do not forget, I am Emmanuel S. Agbogu, and ensuring that we have a better Edo is what we are all fighting for. Please and please and please, let us be our brother's keeper. And do not forget, patronize us for your C of O's, survey, and other land-related activities in Edo State. Once again, I remain no other person than your noble right activist. Do have a pleasant weekend, and remember to love your neighbor as yourself. Thank you, and stay.
Now we don't hear from Imalo Agbogun. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for day current with all the things where they happen concerning the Edo State Governor case we did for court. So make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.